keeping safe and well. Sorry, my voice is still gone from the marathon, from shouting for my brother. But I just wanted to talk a little bit about the last few weeks for me, and do a little video about ownership and confidence, because I remember vividly when I was going through the eating disorder, and even out the other side, how my confidence totally took a bashing, in terms of being astute and aware of my own thoughts, opinions and voice. I always needed approval. I always apologised. I think sorry was the word that was most used in my my vocabulary. I was forever sorry, even if it wasn't my fault. Sorry. And I'm aware that a lot of people who are struggling with an eating disorder go through the same. But even you know, outside of an eating disorder, you know, it's something that I think a lot of people can feel familiar with, that idea of the not having the confidence and identity of their words, if that makes sense. And it made me think a lot about ownership. And I've been, I hold my hands up. I have therapy every 2 weeks because it's really important that I keep learning about myself and I keep unpicking the things that I still have to deal with after the recovery of the eating disorder, as I call it, the recovery after recovery. So we've been unpicking a lot about why have I struggled in the past to be heard. You know, like those moments where you're in meetings and somebody talks over you, those moments where, you know, you've done something with the best intention and you know in your heart of hearts and gut that you've done the right thing, but somebody makes you doubt yourself. You know, it happens all the time to all of us, I'm sure. And I'm not a feminist, but I do absolutely believe that it's very it's much more difficult for women to have their voices heard in certain situations and scenarios and meetings. And it's funny that when a woman stands up for something that they believe in, or they make a decision as manager, as I do at Seed, it's often not heard in the way that it would be if a man had given that opinion. And it does make you doubt yourself, and it does make you go into a box. And I can't stand confrontation. Like, confrontation is it's not a thing for me. And the moment confrontation starts, I can feel like my chest closing in and my anxiety going in, and I go like this. And I don't physically do that, but like I go in this little like Gemma cave. And I've been really working hard to not do that. And the biggest thing that came about through this work that I've been doing in my therapy and of myself was the idea of ownership and taking full responsibility and ownership of your words and your thoughts and your ideas, and trusting that they are valid because they are yours. They might not always be right. Like, I'm not saying, oh, you know, you've got to go out there and live your life just sort of being it's my way or the highway. It's not like that. Compromise is a huge part of ownership and management and being a confident young woman. I'm not sure if I'm young anymore, but you know what I mean. And I know that that's really hard, but it's something that if you're not thinking about, I really hope that you watch this video and start thinking about it, because linking it back to eating disorder recovery and the journey you go through with an eating disorder, it's very easy to get lost to the eating disorder. Does that make sense? It's very easy to get overwhelmed and unheard because the voice of the eating disorder gets so loud and makes you doubt yourself and tells you you're wrong and tells you that your points aren't valid and makes you question and makes you apologise. So it's relatable in that way, you know. Create your own ownership away from the eating disorder. I don't like the word victim because it's been thrown at me too many times. But I do accept the idea that we can all become victims of our own self-doubt. And if there's one thing that watching this video inspires in you, is to own your thoughts, your feelings, and to own your words, because they're yours and they matter and you've created them, and that creation comes from a mixture of your heart, your soul, your brain. It's you. So yeah, I just wanted to do a little video to talk about it and to hopefully inspire or push anybody who's in that rut where they're feeling lost, or they have self-doubt, or they're feeling undervalued and unworthy, that you are worthy, you have a voice, and you matter. And I hope that helps. Sending lots of love.